Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Martyna again, and today I am super excited to start a new From Trash to Treasure project with you. This is going to be a little project where we are going to be making a journal this time from just random packaging, from random junk, things that you would normally probably like to throw away, or normal people, non-crafty people would definitely throw away, but we will turn it into something beautiful. And today I would also like to share my new kit with you. I just added it to my shop yesterday. Thank you so much to those of you who have already purchased it. I am over the moon, and your support means so much to me, guys, so thank you so much. And if you are here just for the crafting part, then please feel free to just skip ahead. There will be a timestamp in the description, so you can see where the crafting begins. But I always like to, when I have those new kits, I always like to go through them very quick, so you can see what exactly you are going to be purchasing, because Etsy listings are only like 10 photos, only 10 photos are allowed, and if I have more pages in this kit, I have 16 of those full-sized pages, then well, that's not enough. 10 photos is not enough for you to be able to see what exactly you are getting. So let me briefly talk about the kit. So the kit is called Blissful Birds, and it's full of birds and flowers, hummingbirds and flowers and butterflies and bird eggs, and just those pretty colors, pinks and purples and teals and turquoise and light blue and paint splashes and everything that I love, really. So the kit comes in two parts. As per usual, there is the main kit, which contains the pages for your journals, and then there is the add-on kit with loads of ephemera, and they are in A4 size, which is the international standard paper size. But for those of you guys who like to print or who need to print on different sizes of papers, like US letter paper, you can definitely do that. You just need to see or find a setting on your printer which says print fit to page, something like that. It's probably called different with different printers, but you can find it in your printer manual or online, so definitely you will be able to print it on US letter size as well. Okay, so the main kit first. It contains 16 of those full-sized pages, which is 32 pages for your journals and other projects, of course. And excuse my voice. There are 8 pages of those like patterns with birds and butterflies and so on. There are 4 pages for journaling with some lines or some ledger paper, which makes it easier to write on. And there are also 4 background pages which you can print on the backs, but you can also use them separately. So let me just show you the main pages first. So we start with this one. So you will see there is a lot of those colors that I mentioned, pinks and purples, and I think I wasn't planning it really, but I think this kit just turned out very spring-like, and well, I called it Blissful Birds because they do look quite blissful, I would say. There are some bird nests as well and some butterflies, which I'm very proud of myself for using butterflies, because I do get a little bit nervous about butterflies sometimes. You may know I have my little moth phobia, and which transfers to butterflies sometimes, but these ones, I don't know, I like them. I made them pretty colors, so there's some frames on some of the pages, there is some vintage writing here and there, so just a lot going on, but well, not too much, I would say. Of course, if you it depends on your taste. I like busy pages like this. And with pages like this, you can always fit your journaling here and there, and I think it would look just so beautiful to have handwriting on a page like this. Okay, then we go to the journaling pages. So like I mentioned, all of them have some kind of ledger paper, vintage ledger paper in the background, and then there is just some decoration, some bird eggs on this one, and just those gorgeous turquoise and teal colors, and some deeper purple and periwinkle and violet. Then this one, more pink and purple rather than blue. This is the color. I think you guys suggested that we call this color periwinkle. So yeah, that's the periwinkle one. Then this one as well, a little bit more blue on this. And I really like the colors of these butterflies. I'm not scared of them at all. And this one with like a grid ledger. Some lines and some grid on this page, on this side. And then the background pages, again, I printed them as separate pages, but you can print them on the backs of the main pages, but you can also use them as pages. Awesome for writing, but I would imagine, you know, also really good for making your own ephemera, making your tags. All of the pages are slightly inked around with this color that reminds me of Tim Holtz's vintage photo. So it makes it easier for those of us who like inking our pages. And if you don't, it's very thin, so you can cut it out completely. So this was the main kit. And now I would like to share with you the add-on kit. So the add-on kit is 9 pages full of ephemera, again A4 size pages, but you can easily print them on US letter paper as well. So we have these skinny tags, so a couple of skinny tags and a couple of pockets that these fit in perfectly. Then we have some smaller tags with nice rounded tops and a couple of small journaling cards. These are vintage postcards that have been altered, and we have our beautiful hummingbirds and some paint splashes on them as well. So you get 4 of those. Then there are those pockets, so 2 pockets and 2 journaling cards, and these are larger than the previous journaling cards, so you can fit more journaling on them. And I'm just looking here because, oh yeah, here it is. So you get 4 of those pockets and 4 of the journaling cards that fit into them. Then we have the big envelope, which I always like to include, with a bird, paint splashes, and also I made 4 vintage, like faux vintage tea cards with just beautiful images of birds. Then there is the big tags, so these can be used as a trifold, but you can also cut, you know, in the middle and make them 3 separate tags. I always like big tags like this in my journals, so yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. And then you get also 2 pages of vintage bird ephemera. So I've chosen a few images that I really like, and I made them a bit softer in colors, a bit more, you know, so they will go with the pages of the kit, or with really any bird journal that you're making, or nature journal. So you get 2 pages of these, and everything is also described in the listing, so you can see how much of any type of ephemera you get, and so on. Okay guys, so That's the kits. They are called Blissful Birds. You can find them in my Etsy shop, and the links for those are in the description. Thank you again for your support. It means the world to me. It really, really does. And now let's get some crafting. Okay, so what I dug out from my trash box today is another Amazon packaging, another nice and sturdy envelope, and this piece of, it's like vellum or something like that, but it's embossed, and it was from chocolates that were sent to me by my dear friend Sandy. Thank you so much, Sandy, again. They were so delicious, and I of course had to keep this, and I want to do something fun with this. So my idea for this project, so we've already made an ephemera folio, which you can see in the description box. There will be a link to the playlist. We made an ephemera folio with an envelope just like this one, and today I thought, why don't we make a journal, like a junk journal? So I am going to cut this envelope into a cover, but let me first measure it. So let's say, let me take one of those pages and fold it in half. So this will be the size of my pages, and of course, well, this is so big. You can of course leave it like this if you don't mind a cover that big, but I think I want to cut it maybe closer to the size. So this envelope is about 9¼ by about 7, and my pages are, and I'm going to do it in centimeters, sorry guys, so about 20. So let's say I'll cut my envelope to 21 centimeters by 15 centimeters, just to fit my pages. So whatever size of pages you have, you want to use, just make sure you cut your cover, so your envelope, to the side. So 15 centimeters this way, and I'm not sure if my cutter is going to go through. But it's going. Okay, so 15 centimeters this way, and then I want to cut it open, and I want to have it maybe like this. Okay, and then I set 21 centimeters, so I'm going to cut it here. Just see, this would be 20½. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this flap because it's a bit bumpy, it's a bit chunky. Okay, nice. This is such a nice and sturdy envelope. I really enjoy using those for making, you know, those semi-soft cover journals, because you can really, yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. It will go somewhere here. Exactly. Okay. You can really pack them full, and they won't break because they are so nice and full. Okay, so my idea for this cover would be, I wanted to make like a window. So I would like to choose, let me see, maybe one of the journaling cards. Let's see what we have. One of these perhaps, maybe this one. So let me cut it out, and I would like to make a window for it. And the window would be covered with this vellum stuff that I showed you from a pack of chocolates. Let's just cut this card out and see. I just want to, you know, do something interesting with you guys, something different. I always like to think of new ways to make journals, to make journal covers. and of course to share them with you. So this would be like in the window, and I was thinking the window could be lined with this, so we would have it like slightly subdued, but just the window part, and the rest we would collage with anything that we have here, really. Okay, so let me try this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to find a die. I'm just thinking, yes, I'm going to find a metal die that is the size of this, I would say, and I'm going to go through it with my Sizzix machine. But if you don't use Sizzix, if you don't have dies, then what I would do is I would trace around, like maybe with a ruler, with a pencil, trace around this image and just cut it with like the X-Acto knife, you know, something like this. Okay, so I'll be back in a sec. So I thought I would bring you guys along and show you how I do it, and I hope, well, this is quite thick, so I hope this will cut through. So to make it more interesting, to make my window more interesting, I chose a rectangle with rounded corners, and this is what we are going to see in the window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some washi tape. And position my window where I want it to be. So I want it slightly to the top of my cover and kind of in the middle, you know. As always, don't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect with, you know, journal making and paper crafting, but I can still try to make it as even as possible. And because of course I don't want to cut through like those two sides, I'm going to try to wrap this envelope around my board here. So not this one, this one. So this part, the bottom part, will be hidden, sort of, and protected. And I will cut through this one. Hope this will work. Okay, now let me try to go through here. And this takes some strength. And I hope I'm not shaking my desk too much. Okay, let's hope this did cut through, because I wouldn't like to do it the second time. Okay, yes, it did cut quite nice. So let's see. I can now remove my washi tape. I'm going to leave this. We can make a journaling card out of this later, or something like this. And we have our nice window here. Okay. Sorry guys. So now there is our cover with the window. We will have this image here, and I'm just curious, let's see how this will look like when we have this and then our image there. I think it's really nice. I think it, yeah, I really like it. And then we have some more, we will have some more bright colors here around the frame. Righty, so now we can collage over our frame, and I'm thinking, how how about we put maybe one of the birds on the back cover of this? On the back cover of this, wrap it around here, and then do some collage work on this side. Maybe I will do it like that, you know? So let me see how this will go. Okay, so I'm going to use wet glue because maybe I will want to stitch through here, and I wouldn't like to stitch through double-sided tape, and I also don't think glue stick will hold it very well. So I print my kit. I printed it on matte photo paper because it gives the best color sort of quality, and it's also very smooth and it's really pretty. Okay. It's very nice to write on too. I've already did some journaling in my journal that I shared with you guys yesterday, and I have to say I really enjoyed writing on this paper. So I love the color of those flowers. Okay, so we can fold it like this, and we can of course add something here as well. But so far I would think I just want to maybe fold it here and cut it here. Or not cut, I'm actually going to tear it. Which way? This way. Okay, so here's our bag. This could be a front too. It's just those birds are really so cute. And for the like to help me with this collaging, with making it interesting and not too blendy, I think I'm just looking around me to see. Oh, here it is. I'm going to maybe use some papers, scraps of papers that I have here. So let me see if I have any text. I have this book page. I'm looking for some of Lorna's letters, handwritten letters, because they are so nice. Okay, so both of these are from tailor-made journals, from her different kits, and you will find the link to her shop, to Lorna's shop, in the description box. So let's see what we could use here. I think I would like maybe a piece of this. So let's start tearing paper. And again, that's what I always say, guys, with digital kits. I don't feel bad about tearing this because I can always reprint it, you know. I can always reprint it if I need to. So maybe this will go here. Okay, and I think I'm also going to tear just some of these, like this. And the tear ruler that I'm using, the ruler comes from Amazon, from Joy Crafts. The brand is Joy Crafts, but we are memory keepers. Also, they also have a ruler like this, which helps you with the super easy and messy tearing. if you're like me and you prefer torn edges rather than straight edges. Okay, so what I think I'm also going to be doing, of course, no surprise here, is inking. So I will ink this edge while I still can. Well, there's nothing like over it here, but then I think I will cover this edge with something. And then, oh, let me tear it here too, to get rid of the straight edge. And I am going to ink here and here. And then I'm thinking maybe I will have it like this, something like that. Okay, so wet glue again. And maybe I'm not going to go all the way, or maybe I could actually go over here. So let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go over here a little bit, so I don't have my paper like ending where the spine is, because then it wouldn't hold very well, I would guess. So I'm going to go with it maybe like here. That's nice. And like this, and I'm going to cut off the excess in a moment, but first let me glue this. Oops, this is running away from me. Okay. Then I think I would like some of these, not the book page may be here, but I would like some of this handwritten paper. I did tear a piece of it. Where did I put it? Oh, come on. Where are you, paper? Oh my goodness, I am all over the place. I am all over the place. Let me just tear another one. And I just need a piece this size. So this could go here. I think it's going to look really pretty. Handwritten fonts, they always give such a nice, especially with you know, cursive, they always give such a nice vintage look. And like I always say with Lorna's kids, you know, for those of us who are, you know, for whom it's a little bit of a trouble to come by vintage papers, documents, and stuff like this, maybe upside down, that would give some interest. Yeah, for those of us for whom it's difficult to come by vintage goodies, it's really helpful to have kits like this on hand, you know, because you can add vintage touch to your work without spending a fortune hunting treasures, you know. Alrighty, I think it's going to look nice, so we can cut off the excess here on. No, I don't have my scissors. Well, okay, here they are. So, cutting this out. Come on. Okay. Like that. And like this. The scraps go to the bin. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Okay, and I actually have some seepage here from this paper. I forgot, you know, that with old paper, this is from an old book, you should not use too much wet glue because it sips through like crazy. So I think I'm just not going to waste any time or thought on it, and I am, oh, I can ink it up. I am just going to cover it up with another piece from the same book. But this time I'm going to use glue stick, just to make sure nothing sips through. Yep. Exactly. Okay. And now I think we can also add this vellum piece to our cover. We will of course cover the inside with something, but before we do it, it will be good to cover our window. So use what you have. You can use anything that's transparent if you want to have the same effect as I do. So you can use vellum, tracing paper, a piece of packaging, plastic packaging, acetate, really anything, guys, really anything. And which side, oh, they are quite similar, so it doesn't matter which side up. I have it. Okay. My idea, I think I haven't told you yet, for this window is to make a pocket here on the side or maybe on top, I don't know yet, for our card to, you know, to slip in, so that you can change the image in the window. Okay, how cute is that? I really like it. It's pretty. Okay. Now, I want to, okay, so let me maybe first see how, and I just realized I chose this one with rounded edges to make it more interesting, and then I've of course covered it with my journaling, but that's okay. So this is what we are going to have, and I think it's really nice. Let me maybe take a little bulldog clip to hold it close, so that we can see what we are working with. Okay, but I think I want to decorate the outside with something, and I was thinking, how about we fussy cut one of the birds from one of the pages and use him or her to decorate our cover here. Or we could also use one of the ephemera pieces, because the birds on the ephemera pieces are smaller. So we have these on the tags. Maybe this one would look nice here. I'm tempted to use this one. So of course I will fussy cut the bird, but we won't be able to use him as a tag anymore, but we can always print it again, print the bird again. I also have this big bird, but I think he might be too big actually. So let me try to cut him out. So I'm not going to, like I always do with fussy cutting, I'm not going from like edge to edge of this image. I'm leaving a bit of border, especially that, you know, the background is with the same colors that we have going on our cover, so it's going to match just fine. And it's so much faster this way, and there's so much less pressure on being perfect when you're doing this way, and you're leaving a border anyway. And I'm going quite quick here because first I want to see how he looks, if we want to add him to the cover, and if I need to, I'm going to go back and cut him out with a bit more, you know, precision and a bit more carefully, if I need to. If I don't, if I feel that he's just fine the way he is, then he's going to go straight onto this cover. Okay. So I think this is going to be a very joyful, blissful even project, and I think it's just perfect as one of our first projects together for 2021. I think we all... Oh, I have some misprints on this side, so it's good that I'm fussy cutting him. I think we all need some joy right now. I know about the terrible things that have been going on in the US lately, and I'm very, very, very sad about that. And my prayers, my thoughts, they go to all of you, my American friends. But yes, I do believe we all could use a little bit of joy. Alrighty, so we have this bird, but now I'm thinking maybe he's too small. What do you think? Or maybe he's just fine. You know what, guys, let me pause the video and I'm going to fussy cut the same bird, but the bigger one, and we will see which one we prefer. Okay, I think I prefer this one. So, and I also think that we can bend it so that it like goes through the spine to the other side, which will add some interest here. We will probably still add something here. But what else could we do with this cover? So I was thinking to add some more interest, I would use some labels. And I have some labels from Tracy Fox here. And I will also leave the link to her channel below, her Etsy shop. It's called, it is called Love Junk Journals. So maybe this. I love adding those labels, well, first of all, because they are really, really gorgeous. But secondly, they just add such a nice, interesting element to the background. So I really do like adding them. Maybe like this. And we could also maybe have this small one on top of the leaf. Okay, I think so. Let me glue let me glue my labels. I have so much stuff around me, guys. You wouldn't believe you wouldn't believe the amount of everything that I have around me. I used to use studio lamps, like 2 softbox rectangular studio lamps for lighting my videos, but recently I went back to the original lighting that I had, which is a ring lamp right above my desk. And I did this because I loved the soft boxes. They worked so well, and the light was very soft, so I didn't have to worry about having like videos too bright, you know. But maybe I will ink this up as well. But because softbox lamps, they have to be quite close to the object that they are supposed to put light on. I really needed to have them like very near me, so they had to stand on my desk because my desk is quite wide and quite long, so they had to be on the desk, and they were taking so much space. And now that they are gone and I have the ring lamp, and the ring lamp is standing behind my desk and is kind of leaning here, like parallel to the desk. Now I have much more space to, well, it would seem to add things to my desk. Okay, I don't want to cover too much of the window because this is not the idea for this bird, but something like this maybe. Yeah, I think so, and this we will just cut out. So I am first going to glue the bird and the flower, and then I will go back and add more glue to the parts where I need it. So first the bird and the flower, and I want them here, I think. Or maybe more like this. Is it okay? Yeah, I think so. And now I think I am going to fold this. I do believe I'm going to cover the spine with something, maybe some lace or something like that. I like to do it for my soft cover journals. Because it adds texture, but it also reinforces the spine, so I like to add some kind of textile on the spine of my soft cover journals. We lost our window picture, but that's fine. I will put it back in a sec. Now these 2 leaves, one of them I'm going to fold to the other side as well. So this one goes here. And then this folds back like this. And so does the tail of our birdie. Yeah, I definitely will cover the spine with something to reinforce all of those small pieces that go to the other side. Now I want to cut this better. Oh, Okay, and I think this is, oh, this one too. I think this is a good time to go with some inking, of course. And I also have a few embellishments that I was thinking of adding, so we will look at that. And I'm not inking, oops, this is already coming off, but that's okay. I'm not inking the back yet because we still may add something to the back. Okay. Now I think let's go back with our image, because I want to see it there. I want to see the colors, kind of how they work and all that. Okay, I'm really liking this, and you know what I'm thinking, guys? This had to come. I think I want to add some gold. So I'm using my gold wax, and as I always say in every video, this one is from Renaissance, which I believe is a Polish brand, but any gilding wax or any gilding paste, any gilding medium would work. And with this one, I am using my finger to go around the edges. And I'm using my finger because I really like the messy look. So in some places it's like there is more, in some places there is less. I like it. If you don't, then I would probably suggest using maybe a brush, like a paint brush, or maybe a makeup sponge, something that you maybe have more control over, or just being more careful than I am. I'm not being careful, and I'm not being careful on purpose, because yeah, I just like the messy look. Okay, now I'm thinking, so I have got some faux feathers, and look at those colors. Aren't those colors just so perfect? For, maybe not this one, for this paper pack. I think they really are. Maybe not the yellow ones either, but I thought, how about we take and use some of those and maybe decorate like the edge here, you know? Maybe I will stitch them or something. Let me just see how this would look. And they are also so nice to touch. And the brand that I have them from is called DP Craft. So they are feathers 5 to 12 centimeters in pastel colors, which, well, is of course very, very nice. I really love pastels. Let me dig some more of those turquoise ones. Oh, this is a nice long one. So maybe a little small guy here. How about that? I'm just trying to see, you know, if it even makes sense to add them like this. Or maybe this way. How about we make just a little cluster of feathers here? I think it looks nice. It covers the window just a little bit, and we still have the edge here. I think I like it. I think I like this. So I think I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to put the rest of those feathers to the packaging, and I chose the ones that represent the colors, the main colors of the kit. So the turquoise teal one, the purple and the pink. And yeah, I think I'm going to glue them with hot glue here. And while I am waiting for my hot glue to heat up, I think I maybe want to add a bit of this trim here somewhere. You know, my love I have for this particular gold leaf trim, and here maybe, just so I'd add a little bit of shine. And I was also thinking maybe a little feather cluster there. So we are going to make this cover quite what's the word, tactile. So it's going to have various different textures, and it's going to be so nice, you know, not only to look at, hopefully, but also to touch, to hold in your hand. Okay. Maybe this way. Right. Nice. And then I think the hot glue is it heated? Or should we give it maybe one more moment? So in the meantime, how about I just check this idea of having just a tiny cluster there as well, maybe here. Oh, this is a nice small one. Oh, that's kind of destroyed, and I'm thinking I want, yep, this one. Or maybe a purple one, because this blue one here is quite big. So we already have a lot of this blue color, but maybe this. Let's see. We're just trying it out, guys. I haven't worked with feathers like this before, but I think, well, they are so nice. They are so pretty. So I'm looking forward to, you know, to adding them to journal cards, tags, ephemera, to pages that we put in this journal. Okay, let me try to attach these ones first. So I'm going to go maybe like this. Be careful, guys, with the hot glue. You don't want to burn yourself, and just I need to add more glue here to stick it. Okay. Then I have the purple one, so I'm going to add more glue here. And I think maybe you can use a different adhesive. I don't know, just the wet glue is kind of what came to my mind first. I'm going to get rid of this because I didn't really like it. And with wet glue you want to work quite fast, you know, before it dries. And okay, I think I want a bit more under here. Oops, and now I have this glue on my fingers. Okay, I just want to remove those streaks. I don't know, I get those streaks from my hot glue. that I don't like. Okay, so we have this so far. I really like it. It's so nice to touch, so soft and delicate. Okay, now I'm going to add glue here and glue this guy. Okay, and this one, where do I want it? Or maybe, can I find one that is smaller? You know, there should be some of those tiny ones. Maybe this color? No, it's too orange. Oh, maybe a color like this. Not really. So, where are some small ones? Some small feathers. There should be some, you know, those 5 centimeters one. There should be quite small. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of this end here because again, I don't really like it. Just add some glue here and glue this down. I don't particularly want to touch it, so that's why I'm going with my scissors. And now I touched it. That's okay. All right. Wow, I love it. I love it, guys. I really do. So nice. Okay, now I do also have some more embellishments that I was thinking about using. And I think my hot glue won't be needed anymore, so I'm just going to unplug it. And I have no idea how long we are into this video, but I think we are going to end this part with just decorating the front cover. So I have some of those like enamel dots, and I've also got some sequins that I think could match, so I think I'm going to use a few of those. They are like this white holographic white pink or cream pink. So let me just grab a few of those. And which enamel dots? I think these just match so perfectly, but then these are so small and nice, so let me try these first. And I'm just going to add a few clusters of those, so let's start maybe with sequins. I could have one here, and I'm just adding a little bit of my wet glue and gluing the sequin down. It should be no problem with sticking down. It just needs to dry. Maybe here, and I would like one more here. So we will have 3 little clusters. So your eye, you know, will go kind of from this cluster of feathers and the cluster that we are going to have here, through here to the bird, to those feathers, and to this little cluster that we will build in this corner. And I'm thinking these or these. I can't decide. I wish I could hear your thoughts, guys. But I'm tempted to use these because they have those smaller bits in there. So the small one here. Oops, it's not sticking. Okay, so I'm just going to add maybe a bit of glue. To attach this one, and it adds a different texture and a different, you know, tactile element to our project. Okay, they are self-adhesive kind of, but I don't trust this adhesive very much, so I'm just going to go ahead and add my wet glue. And even if I seem to have a bit much of the wet glue, it's okay because it dries clear. It dries clear. I think I'm having trouble because my fingers are already so gluey. And do I want the pink? Maybe I want the pink one here. And then I could have another pink one here on the leaf. Okay, I really like it. So nice, so nice. Righty. And what I think I would like to do as my sort of last step would be to add some gold splatters. So I'm going to cover my feathers here, maybe like this. I'm going to cover my bird like this and cover this part. And I'm going to use my gold mist from 13 Arts. And I'm just going to go over this, over the window, over here as well, here, and just add some gold splatter. So I'm shaking it because it has some powder, like, which is always in on the bottom of the bottle. Do use, guys, if you don't want to have your desk all in splatters, gold splatters, remember to use something, you know, some sheet of paper underneath. I don't mind. I always have a paper towel on hand that I can remove this mess with or clean it up. But if you don't, then I would definitely put something underneath. Okay, all right, I really like it. I really love how this cover turned out. Let's see how it looks with the image. I'm actually thinking, how about we don't make a pocket out of this, but we just attach this image here and the cover would look like this, and we have this nice embossed part. I think I'm going to do it like this, you guys. Yeah, I think so. I really love how this journal is turning out already. I think the part of it is definitely the colors for me, because, well, those are some of my very favorite colors ever. So I'm going to glue, I'm going to go with my wet glue to those parts where I already have something, and also here on the outside. And I'm going to glue my image. So at first I wanted to make it like you could change the image, but I don't think I'm going to want to change it. I think it's just a perfect image for this cover. And I want to see him. I like how this butterfly is kind of peeking through. Peeking through the feather. These feathers are really so nice. I think you can get them, you know, in any scrapbooking store, any craft store, online. I'm sure Amazon has a lot. I saw AliExpress sells feathers like this also I got them from a local shop, so that's why I'm kind of not sharing where exactly I have them from. Wow. Okay guys, so I hope you love this cover as much as I do. I am extremely excited. This is the back and we will do something here. I'm extremely excited about this project. We will definitely be using more junk in the future episodes, so stay tuned for the next episode tomorrow. And I'm just wondering, do I want to maybe stitch through here? I don't know yet, because maybe I will when I have covered, you know, the inside with something. But so far I love how this cover is turning out. Thank you so much for crafting with me, guys. Thank you again for your support with purchasing this kit. It really helps me out. It makes it possible for me to create more, to have more kits, to have more journals, and you're also making my dream come true, my dream of going full-time with my creative business. So like, you're moving me a step closer, so thank you so much, and thank you in advance if you're just going to get the kit. But yeah, stay tuned for the next episode tomorrow, and yeah, I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye.